my name is Lucia. I'm here today to introduce to you the Journey 14 series by QOMO. So out of the box, this is a plug-and-play Android system, 4K LED interactive display. And today I'll show you how to set up the system. So let's first start off with the front. Over here on the bottom, you see a circle. This is your light indicator. The panel will automatically adjust the brightness of the display depending on the amount of light in the room. Next, you have a square sensor over here, and that's for your remote control. So when you're away at your desk, standing far away from the screen, you can point your remote right at the sensor and control the panel using your remote. We also have two USB ports. This is good for any type of USB drive, wireless mouse, wireless keyboard. Next, we have a touch port and an HDMI port. This is good for guests that come in and they just want to plug in their computers right to the screen without accessing the back ports. They can plug it in using the HDMI and the touch port. Over on this side of the screen, you also have the home button. So the home button takes you to the Android screen. The back button takes you back. It's kind of like the back button of your mobile phone. You can use it to retract your keyboard, or you can take yourself back a page. You have your volume button, so that controls volume up or volume down. You have a light bulb button, so this turns your display off. But if you want to turn your display back on, all you have to do is tap on the light bulb. This allows you to dim your screen when you're stepping away from the panel, and it's kind of like closing your laptop. You're not actually closing your laptop, or you're not actually turning off your laptop, you're just closing the screen, and when you're ready to use it, it's right there when you need it. Next is the settings button. So this controls the settings of your panel. And then you also have an input button. If you have more inputs that you don't see right over here, or if you're on a different input and you just want to simply switch to a different input, you can click on the input button right here. And then the next button is your power button. So this turns your panel on and off. It always has a light indicator, so even if your panel is off, it'll have a red light, and if it's on, it'll have a blue light. The Journey panel has two 15-watt speakers built into it. They're front-facing, so great for most mid-sized classrooms and conference rooms. And it also comes with two magnetic pens. So these pens, they can be used with the display and stored right there. The Journey 14 Android system was specially designed for ease of use. Over here, we have our quick inputs. If there's a green light indicator, that means the input's in use. We designed it so you can actually rename the inputs, so you can tell what HDMI 3 is, what HDMI 2 is. As you can see, I already renamed HDMI 2 to laptop, so when I click on it, it goes to my laptop. Let's rename my HDMI 3, which is my document camera. To rename it, all I have to do is click on Inputs. It's my input button. Click on Edit. Find HDMI 3. And I renamed it to document camera. Click OK. And you can see the change right here. Now when I come to my home screen, I know that this button is my document camera, so I can click on it. Ta-da, my document camera. Over here in the middle, this helps focus your session. So if you have an inspirational quote or a topic that when you have your audience coming into the room, you want to focus them right on that topic, you can edit this line right here. I'll make this say Journey 14. There you go. This last section over here, this is your apps. So this gives you a shortcut to all the applications, and this panel allows you to download multiple different applications for your use. And if you want to add them to the front screen, all you have to do is click plus. It takes you to your page of applications. Let's say I want to add my clock app. And there you go, it's right there. Now maybe there's another application I want to add and I don't have any more room, I can hold it and then click on OK. And there you go, it's gone. So the last thing on the home page I want to show you is this pull-up toolbar. On the home page, you'll see icons right down here. On any other input, you can pull up and get these same inputs or these same icons. The first and second button is your home and back, which is the same as the buttons that I showed you earlier. Home takes you to Android, back takes you back a page or retracts your keyboard. Then next is capture. So this screenshots your screen. If you're on a different input, I can screenshot it. But right now, I'll click on capture. And now you screen captured your panel right into your pictures folder. You also have an onboard browser. So if I want to click on your browser, you can access all the websites that you already access on your computer. Application gives you access to all of your applications, so you can download more applications from the store. Annotate allows you to annotate on any input or on any page. So let's pull up my document camera right here. I pull up my toolbar, click annotate, and now I can go ahead and I can annotate. Right on top of my input. Input, again, is same as the input button right here. So that can bring up your inputs. In tasks, it's kind of like the task button on your phone. So this gives you access to all the applications that you have running. You can go and you can navigate to go to different pages that you've already accessed. Or you can go ahead and you can click clear all, and that will exit all of your applications. The last two buttons that you see here are the lock and settings. So the Journey 14 allows you to lock the screen when you're going away from your room. Also, you can configure the settings of your screen right here. Now that you know the basic functions of the screen, let's start with setting up the panel. So down here, again, is the settings. It takes you to the settings page. The first thing that I would click on is a common settings. And over here, you can go to startup and shutdown and change your startup source. So you can start the panel up on the home screen, but if you're going to be using your computer 80% of the time, I might want my panel to start up on my computer. So let's go to your specified source and change this to laptop. So now every time I start up the screen, it's going to start up on my laptop. Additionally, you don't have to worry about turning your screen on and off because there is a built-in startup and shutdown scheduler. Over here, you can add what time you want to schedule your panel to turn on and also what time you want to schedule your panel to turn off. So that's extremely convenient. You no longer have to think about, oh, did I turn off my screen, because it's already programmed into the screen. Another function of the screen is you can change your wallpaper. So if you want to set the mood of the room, you can go ahead and you could click on wallpaper. We do have some wallpapers that you can select. So if I want to set this wallpaper, I can go ahead and set it. Set wallpaper. And now I have a new wallpaper. The next button to configure is the network settings. So again, right out of the box, this panel is plug and play, which means that it also has access to the internet. So you can either set up your Wi-Fi settings. If you have Wi-Fi, you can connect it right onto the display right here. Just make sure that all your Wi-Fi dongles that come with the screen are plugged into the side of the screen. or you can simply just plug in your panel through Ethernet as well. The panel does give you ability to download applications, and if you ever want to go through which applications you have downloaded, this is where you go to. And if you ever want to uninstall an application, that's when you come here and you can click on an application. And if there is the ability to uninstall the application, this is where you would find it. Because of all these applications are your defaulted applications, they stay with the screen. Over here is where you can go to look at how much storage you used and how much storage you have left. This panel does come with 32 gigabytes of storage, so there's plenty of room to download different PowerPoints and pictures right onto the screen. This is where you can also go to eject your memory stick or your USB drive, as you can see right here. Date and time is where you can go to set the date and time of your panel, and language is where you can go to set the language of your screen. The last button right here is the factory reset. This is where you can go to reset the panel to the factory default. If you have any questions about this before resetting it, feel free to contact our support team at support@QOMO.com. And then over here, this just gives you information about the screen. So if you were to contact support@QOMO.com, they probably will have you go to this page and take a picture of it and send it over to them so we can get you the solutions right away. Over on both sides of the screen, you see these arrow keys. This is your quick toolbar. Again, it has the same functions such as back, home, tasks, inputs that you see down here. There's a volume, brightness, your overlay annotation button. Additionally, there's also a quick settings button. So this gives you access to additional tools that you can use, such as accessing your Wi-Fi. There's also a floating timer that you can use right from that toolbar. So it's just your quick access, handy dandy toolbar. There's also a floating bubble that you see right here. So you can also hide this floating bubble, but this does give you access to more configurations of the screen. So if you have applications that you don't want other people using, you can click on your app lock. And I have a password set. And I can go ahead and lock down any applications I don't want anyone using. So let's say I don't want people downloading more applications. I can lock down my app store so now people can't access it. So basically what that looks like is, going back, if someone tries to access my Google Play Store, it's locked. Additionally, there's different features like system check. So the system check button checks your panel to see if everything's running all right. It'll test all the sensors out. It's a quick 5-minute test on your panel. And then memory clear, if you click on it, it will make sure to clear out anything that's using memory of your screen. So if you click on it, you'll see the bubble kind of twirling, and it clears out any unnecessary applications. On the Chrome browser, you can access some of your favorite websites. So let's go on our QOMO website. If you like it, you can favorite it. So that's the star button right here, and you can go back to it later. You can add different tabs on here. What I really like on our browser is if I want to show you a specific thing, I can go ahead and I can zoom in on a specific piece on the website, and then I can go ahead and go back. And And basically you can use almost everything that you can access from your computer right on the Chrome browser. The application gives you access to different functionalities of the screen. We have some pre-downloaded applications for your use, like the camera. So if you have a USB camera, you can plug it right in here and take pictures using your USB camera. We have a clock button, so this allows you to set timers, set schedulers on the screen right from the app. Additionally, we have a calculator, YouTube, the Microsoft Suite. So if you have a Microsoft 365 account, you can click on these apps and log right onto your Microsoft 365 account. Some of our personal favorites are the eShare and iMirror. So this is your wireless sharing application. We do have a video on this application, so if you are interested in learning more, I advise you to search up the QOMO eShare video. It does work with all devices such as Mac, iPhones, Android, Windows, and you can display up to 4 different devices at the same time. So it's super awesome. And then the last application I do want to emphasize on is our whiteboarding application. So you can go into this whiteboarding application and change the background. Let's draw on it. In this whiteboarding application, it's your digital whiteboard. So the panel does have this built in. It's defaulted on the front screen of the Android. And you can go ahead and you can write on it. It's super fast and it's multi-touch. The Journey panel, like I mentioned earlier, has 32 gigabytes of memory. That means you can add and save files onto the screen by plugging in your USB drive or downloading them off of websites. So to access your folders, you go to your file manager. This can be found in your applications page. It's also defaulted to be on the front page of your panel. So if I click on it, you see your file manager. Over here you see 2 tabs, and that's only because I have my USB drive plugged into the front side. Otherwise, all you'll see is internal storage. If you have your USB drive plugged in, you should also see your USB drive as a tab on here. So if I want to access anything like a screenshot, let's say, I go to my pictures and you know, all your screenshots get saved into your pictures. This is a screenshot I took earlier. I can tap on it, open it, I can zoom in on it, and I can review it with my audience. If I want to go back, click on the back button. And if I want to go to all of my files, there's a little arrow that goes, if you click on it, it just goes you back, you know, to where all your folders are. Let's say I want to add a folder onto my internal memory, so I can go to this 3 dots right here, click on it, and click New Folder. I'll just name this one Demo for the purpose of this. Okay, if I want to retract my keyboard, I see my folder right here. And let's move a file from my thumb drive over to the demo folder. So this is my thumb drive. I'm gonna select this image, click and hold it, and just all I have to do is click copy, and then find the folder I want to paste it into and click on paste, and you see it go from 0 to 100, and now I have a file on my internal memory of the screen. So next time I want to access this, I don't have to plug in my USB drive. So if I click on it now, I can see a picture that I have on my thumb drive that I put onto the screen right over here. Additionally, if I have, you know, something like a PDF file, let's open up this Octopus Quick Start Guide. I can access my PDF file right from the screen right here. So over here, I can scroll through it. Again, you don't need an additional computer. The panel is plug and play. So there's a lot of stuff you can do on the Journey 14 screen in terms of everything I just showed you with the Android screen. But additionally, you can connect any computer device right into the screen. So our panel is compatible with Chromebooks, Apple devices such as Macs, and Windows computers. There's two cords that you need when connecting your screen with your computer, and they do come with a panel, and that is your HDMI cord or a USB touch cord. The USB touch cord, one end of the cord is a square. So earlier I showed you the USB touch port in the front of the screen. So it's a square that goes into the screen, and there's two touch ports in the back. Or again, there's multiple HDMI ports that go with the touch panel in the back, and also one in the front. You can also use VGA or DisplayPort as well, and those are also in the back. So over here, all you have to do is plug one side of the HDMI, so search HDMI into the back of the screen, and then the touch port that corresponds with your HDMI input, and then you can plug it into your device. When I plug into my device, I'll get prompted to go to the source. And then all I have to do now is play with the screen. So as you can see, you can go ahead and you can scroll through anything. If you want, you can open up other applications on your screen right here. I can open up my files. Anything that you do with your computer, you can do right onto the screen. It's basically like a giant mouse pad for your computer. So it can turn any device into an interactive device. So this is pretty cool. Again, super responsive right here. We do offer interactive software with the screen. We offer FlowWorks Pro, that is for Windows devices, and Octopus, and that is our educational software for Mac and Windows devices. If you have any questions about that, you can contact us at hello@QOMO.com or your local reseller, and we can get you licenses to those softwares to use with the screen. So that concludes this Part 1 training of the Journey screen. There is, again, the eShare video, so if you want to learn more about the wireless sharing capability of our screen, go on, find eShare on YouTube, and there will also be a tutorial on how to use a whiteboard of the QOMO screen. So if you have any more questions, you can visit our website at www.qomo.com or email us at hello@qomo.com. And thank you for joining us today.